Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Top Productions. In this week's video, I'm going to take my R31 around the Cotter and just sort of get a feel for it and give you guys my first impressions of it in its stock, automatic, super boring, old man spec state. I was going to be working on the YEWW this weekend. Unfortunately, it has just thrown a handful of absolute garbage at me, so I'm not able to get to where I wanted with it. I could do a full video on it, but I'd basically just be talking about how the wiring is being shit the entire video. So we're going to take a miss on that, and we're going to do something I'm actually going to enjoy and drive the 31. We'll see how we go. Hopefully we don't break down. What am I saying? This isn't an E36, this is an R31. This is class, baby. Yeah, 31. Last week's video did pretty well. I mean, it's only been a week and it's doubled, tripled, quadrupled the views, and the subscriber count's gone up from it, which is sick. So I appreciate that support and all. It definitely had me keen to do some more stuff on the 31 because, like, I mean, this thing has been it's been awesome. Just having a Skyline that fucking works. But oh, it's weird having a car with a camera in it and people look at you just like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Yeah, that's weird. But yeah, I've almost forgotten why I got into Skylines, and then I got this thing and it was like, oh yeah, that's right. I like driving cars, not working on them. Anyway, I kind of thought we could go into the Cotter and I could go around the twisties and that sort of thing and just sort of get a feel for how the car felt in its stock form. As for what I'm expecting from this car on the Cotter, like I said, it kind of handles like a boat, so I'm not thinking it's going to do anything crazy cool. First impressions of it in the corners, in the twisties, it's a boat for sure. Definitely puts off strong boat vibes. Not good boat either, like rowboat, like tugboat, like slow row tugboat. You can still put it into a corner and it sort of feels okay. I'm gonna loop back and do these corners a third time because I don't know why, because I like them, I guess. And up. Such a nice corner. So yeah, that pretty much will do us for the driving segment of this week's video. It was underwhelming and pretty boring, but it's a 31 and I know it's got potential. I'm super keen to say that we have already acquired some parts for this car. Those parts are absolutely everything I need to make the R31 Skyline manual. Now, this set of stuff, which is manual drive shaft, bolts for flywheel, clutch to blah blah blah, bolts, brake pedal, clutch pedal, RB20 DET gearbox, so that's had an R32 Skyline, the supporter for it, inner exterior manual bits for it, XCD heavy duty button clutch. Now it was used, this entire kit was in this man's car, he just went to DET box rather than the DE box because he wanted to make more power, and obviously these things aren't good for mass power when you're running an RB30 with a turbo, so bigger box, more power, very good. For what we're doing though, it'll be mint. R31 manual ECU, which will be just plug and play because it's a stock thing. I didn't actually know that this was something that you have to do when you do a manual swap, but apparently it is because the tune is slightly different. Everything I need to make the R31 manual popped up almost as coincidentally as the R31 popped up itself. This Skyline is going to be manual and running for under $3,000. If you take out the box, because I'm still going to use my R32 RB25 RB20 DET box, I'd say this kit probably came in at about $800, everything minus the gearbox. So technically under $2,000 we're going to have this car manual, if you don't include the box. If you do, we'll just say 3. But yeah, I'm super keen to chuck all this stuff in. It won't be happening in this week's video, unfortunately, because I've only just gotten this stuff and I've been actually working on the YEWW for the majority of this week. That video won't be up this week because it's just giving me nightmares every time I unravel and solve a problem. Another few pop up, which is just absolutely fun. So I'm sort of self-medicating by getting 31 bits and getting keen about drifting the 31 because it seems like that's a hell of a lot closer than this thing is. So R31 bits, I'm super keen. Next week's video we're going to be turning this thing into a manual car. It should be pretty easy to get it all smashed out and manual within the next, let's say, 2 weeks. Anyway guys, that is going to do us for this week's video. I hope you have enjoyed. I know it wasn't the video I wanted to put out where I was working on the 32, and luckily we have the 31 here where I can, you know, film and do updates on it. Hope you guys have enjoyed. I will leave it here. I'll catch you next week's video where we're going to be turbo No, we're not going to be turbo swapping. We're going to be manual swapping the R31. Should be a sick one. I'll catch you then. See yous.